We work with a lot of criminal law firms, and pretty consistently across the board, regardless of geographic area, they have reported to us that the quality of these has gone down substantially. And this is a little bit of a different situation than for personal injury or other areas that they're just trying to add more people into the mix so that there are more leads to pass around. What we've seen with the criminal space is that they do not have they don't do a good job of properly assessing an intent or whether or not the person searching actually has a bona fide criminal law issue. They have really, what we've seen is like basically the filtering is very lax, and a lot of people are getting through as leads when they're asking about something that is not a criminal matter. They are asking about something like, hey, my neighbor is really loud, I think they deserve to go to jail, or a lot of random stuff where people just don't really understand the difference between a civil and criminal action. And so they get a lot of these like weird things that people assume is a criminal matter when in reality it's not. And so it's a big nuisance, and the quality is like not very good at all. And so now it's going to be even worse in my view, because you do not have that opportunity for recourse. You can't go in and prove to somebody that they called and were asking about suing a neighbor or something, and go through the call transcript and show them like, look, these people are asking for they need a personal injury attorney. This isn't a criminal law lead, right? And shouldn't be I shouldn't have to be paying for this. You can't do that anymore. And and so Google's new system, you effectively just get to rate those leads. Who knows what's going to happen with that data, right? Like, who knows if that's going to, have some sort of impact on, what do they do? Like give you, I think it's to some degree it'll help, but like I think it'll vary so much between the reasons for why you would dispute a lead that, if you don't have a ton of data to train on, it's going to be really hard to kind of focus in on a specific thing that you're trying to avoid by saying the lead was bad. So I think the qualification process will be super hard. I think you're going to have to spend a lot more money if you're on the criminal side. It's unfortunate because I think this will really impact people who are heavily reliant on LSAs, whether it's a PI firm or a criminal firm. And just overall, I think, as we go on, I think the other areas like estate planning and family immigration, I think those will all kind of go the same way as criminal and immigration, criminal and PI. Those are really the two I've seen over the past 10 years that are the most aggressive in terms of advertising and marketing. And so I think over time, it's basically going to catch up in these other practice areas, that there'll be more people in the mix, more people, because there's an extremely low barrier of entry to get these ads. Google's not going to walk away from $1, so they want as many people as they can to sign up into these local service ads. The more people that get into it in a market reduces the number of leads you're going to get, and ultimately reduces the number of quality, because they are going to try to generate more leads to satisfy demand. That opens up the spectrum of what then qualifies as a lead, and you're left with poor lead quality.